devil guides the forces of darkness. It is said that many centuries ago, he guided his minions to establish a site for his presence on earth, a temple to celebrate his majestic being and the presence of his darkness. His minions were dispatched to the four corners of the earth to find a site for this presence and to gather the largest, blackest stones of granite that they could find. Any minion that wavered in this task was struck down, and the stones were left till the end of days. No one knows the whereabouts of these stones, buried and washed away, except for one. John Brass was a hard-working, God-fearing man. His farm demanded his hard labour every hour of the working day. And at sunset, he could lie content, knowing that he was providing for his beloved wife and their 3 children. As the farm grew, John hoped to have his mill working soon. It had been 3 seasons since he had started to build the mill with his own bare hands. Even now it stood imposingly in the bottom field, built on a large black granite stone that had lain there for years. As the children grew older, so did he. Elizabeth was about to marry, and the farm was becoming a demanding taskmaster. Although dearly loved by his father, young John had become a man in body, but not yet a farmer in mind.
I do not think that John is ready yet.
Give the boy a chance. He's young.
Too young.
Put that down, it's for supper.
Despite Margaret's kind words, they both knew the time had come for them to hire extra help. Andrew Mills was a quiet lad, some say a simpleton, but he was keen enough. And he got on with young Jane, and he even had an eye for Elizabeth.
A good day.
And what of the new boy, Andrew?
He seems pleasant enough. I think he'll fit in.
That's good. Call the children for supper.
Aye, pleasant he was. But alone that night, the voices came. Andrew began to neglect his chores, as his mind was elsewhere.
Are you all right? Well, get back to work.
Andrew Mills was a tormented, tortured soul. The voices were unyielding, the torment unbearable. Then, after endless days of his lonely struggle, Andrew no longer fought. Andrew gave in.
What's wrong?
Andrew. Sometimes he seems withdrawn.
He's far from home and friendless, and the children like him.
Midwinter is a quiet time. The crops are gathered, and the beasts are sheltered for the bleak weather. Hearts and minds drift from the daily chores to the season's festivities. A time for celebration and laughter. A time to relax. A time to spend with others. John and his wife are off the morrow to visit old friends, and young John is entrusted with the farm and his siblings.
Have you seen Andrew?
No, Father.
Well, find him. And make sure the chores are done before your mother and I return. We're going to visit a neighbour. And stay away from the mill.
Yes, Father.
Sunday morning. The air full of winter sunshine and seasonal joy. But there were no festivities inside the mill.
What do you want from me? Kill them all.
Through the noise, Andrew heard the message. The voice was now clear. Remembering his father's words, John turned to his sister and grabbed her arm as tight as he could, and with a breath said the one word: run.
Jane! 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 Go!
Surveying his evil work and sensing the parents' return, Andrew fled.
Go on.
Justice brought Mills to a cold, windy gibbet at a crossroads overlooking Brass Farm. As the last thread of life clung to this evil wretch's body, the devil sent his minions to feed his most faithful servant. On the darkest day in the lives of John and Margaret Brass, they gave up their beautiful dancing children to the cold, damp grave.
We commit the bodies of these three innocent young
A good day.
to their grave.
And what of the new boy,
May they rest
Andrew?
in eternal peace.
He seems pleasant enough.
Saviour.
I think he'll fit in.
Ashes to ashes, dust
What's wrong?
to dust.
Andrew.
Rest in peace. Amen.
He's far from home and friendless, and the children like him.
If only.
The story doesn't end here. Even in death, the spectre of Andrew Mills returns to the lonely graveyard, skittering and rummaging around the children's last resting place. And it was a brave local priest who tried to offer solace and redemption to this lost, wandering soul, not knowing that Andrew Mills was the servant of the Lord of Evil himself. The devil's revenge was swift and merciless. Some say that even today, in the heart of midwinter, the peace of the graveyard is disturbed by a cloaked, foreboding figure that scrats at the children's tomb. So if you visit the grave or the farm, take care, my friends. Remember, the forces of evil can reach out and touch every part of everyday life. And then, all hell will break loose.